Welcome to May 2nd, 2015 skid plate race. There wasn't much intro to this one because right now I'm busy getting a Bronies React to Season 5 out. We have a skid plate race tonight. Tommy's mic, it looks like it's not going to fit in his camera. We're having a lot of issues with these GoPro microphones, unfortunately. So, getting ready for the skid plate race as far as intros go. Not much to say, really. Excited to get going. We didn't even get here in time to qualify, so we'll be starting in the back. They had a trophy dash earlier. Sounds like one of the big hitters, Sean Brennan, in the 33 machine, broke his axle. He's won a number of these things you've seen on the low budgets. So we're getting ready to... Shut up! We're getting ready to go racing. Ricky's slick. There's a number of these drivers who kind of have the understanding with us that if we're not in the top 10 by a certain number or a certain lap in this race, they're just gonna go and get us. So we'll see what we can do in this skid plate race. Starting in last, and they reverse the course. That was something a lot of us were wondering what the course was going to end up being. So I'm excited, really. You know, this is our, Tommy's got his skid plate car running. I got mine obviously going here. So we're looking forward to this. See what kind of fun we can have. Now, one of the things about starting in the back is that you're going to have drivers that can't keep up. Tommy's door is going to open in this race. We'll see how, oh come on, the pace car's behind us. Pace car needs to stop. I've been through this before. In fact, the last race I edited involved a pace car that needed to just wait.
Blue poop!
We're going green this time. Bye, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're ready. I'm gonna make a dive move here if I can, right when we go green. I'm gonna wait though for this green to come out. Nope, I'll be in the turn, so forget that. I'm way too low. Oh boy, here comes the wreck. Sweet, I'll take it. Oh. All right, we're going racing. Tommy's got his car handling really well, it looks like. Here's your leader, already lapping me. Now my car is towed in a little bit, so that's affecting my handling just enough to where I feel like I can't really ride it through the turn as much as I usually do. This car has great pickup. I'm loving it tonight. A lot of people renting cars out here, as you can tell. ugly. I see the 47 who's in 10th. So I know I just have to keep my race going and not let low budget people get in my way like this guy. I'm gonna take you out. Told you. Tommy's going right now, baby. Yeah, right there on entry you can feel it really thick. Tommy's in 10th. And this noodle. This is just driving your own race. I don't know if this is gonna work. It worked. Right there, still in the running. That hurt though. That was my biggest hit, I think. Well, that was my biggest skip lane hit of the year. I see top 10 right in front of me, and we're only halfway this time by. Let's do. So what the steering wheel is doing, because my car's towed in a little bit, one tire's facing in a little bit more than the other, what it's doing is it's grabbing as I'm driving, which makes it really kind of difficult to let it settle. I see 10th place right up here, the 25. Spun out, and here's my chance. Tommy's up to 5th. And I'm in 10th. I see 9th place right up here. Here's this joker again. Car's handling really good. I mean, for a skid plate car. That's beat up. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. Good work. They held on to it. Woo! Hanging it out there. Hold on. Oh boy. I'm in a big pack. Big packs don't usually end well, so full throttle. Baby. I actually got passed. It looks like I had 9th. Tommy comes home with the top 5. Very good. That was a good race. We got it. And that's a wrap.
Race, why do you still have back seats in this car?
Ram 'em!
Well, technically the seats are gone.
Technically, what is this?
The seats are gone. That's a backrest, sir.
Technically?
That's a,
How many GoPros do you have?
technically?
1, 2.
In this car or in total?
There's so much unnecessary
I think we have about
weight.
10 GoPros and
What?
7 or 8 of them work.
How do you afford these things?
We steal them.
I knew it.
Hi, Matt. How do we do?
You still have the door on?
You did real good.
That's like,
You got 10th.
Rob! That's like a pound of weight.
Tommy got 5th, you got 10th, according to the big board.
No, that's not. I didn't mean literally. How did we do?
We need to chop up that car so it goes faster.
Beyond that, you did fine.
Thank you.
Chop it in half.
You open the door, you still have all those bars to get over.
I hit this bar. I'm gonna have this shape of a roof. You see when I get. Woo! What a race.
The door
What is this?
for this glove box?
Gas
weighs
tank?
at least
Who needs them?
200 pounds.
Who needs them? Cut off the back. Wind resistance. This shit is not gonna fly. Doesn't go to regulations.
I have a good
This
mind to do
is
a flying
fucked.
kick. He's gonna do a flying kick.
Beavids and Rob Bob joining us over here for a Saturday night.
He did pretty good.
Yeah, the meme squad.
What were you
made it.
doing?
I was just.
You didn't even make the leaderboards. You just died.
Yeah, at the very end. Way to go, Sanic.
Halfway through, you just got out of your car and started pushing it.
Well, for the record, I had to poop really bad.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So he was pushing it. You're probably
That is-
Oh, what? Did you mean the car?
He's just putting spares on this shit and running into the ground. This is how people die. This is how people die.
Plastic connectors still? My God, no wonder why this car is so slow.
We don't even have
There's
a bumper.
three plastic
This
plugs.
isn't safe at all. Children have died for less than that. Low budget? We're like no budget.
Is this house paint?
Yeah.
House paint weighs like 3 times more than any other paint.
Yeah.
You might as well just put depleted uranium armor in this goddamn thing.
Technically,
Put
it's close to
tank
the
armor on
same.
Yeah.
this thing and
Why
just
don't
go
you
at
just put
ramming
plated
speed.
tank armor?
88
You
miles
gonna
per
drive
hour.
this into the Ukraine and fight some Soviets? Come on, man. You want some, son?
I'm not gonna fence you with a goddamn antenna.
This is a goddamn fire hazard race.
We're fucked. There's this ice pick to the back of this thing. Literally be hanging on the back going, Jeff! Gonna fucking die! And you're just like, yo man, you're good. No, I'm in 10th place.
Yeah.
Look at all that weight.
Earl Shine.
Look at all this weight.
I can't handle all this
That's
weight.
a minute.
That's going on.
That's a minute off your lap.
My eyes can't handle all this weight that just flew.
Yeah. Fuck. Starting from the back, it was pretty exciting at the end.
Yeah,
of the race.
well, we cheated a little bit, but it wasn't our fault for cheating. There's a lot of slow pokes out there. And another thing, the pace car driver always drives at least 50 miles an hour around the track where no one can catch up.
Yeah.
So eventually we had to just start passing people that was spinning out. Their transponders right there if you want to see. So we showed up late because we watched the Xfinity race from Talladega.
Yeah.
Priorities first.
NASCAR.
Priority second was to eat Peppies on the way.
Had to do it.
And then when we got here, qualifying was already going on. So we knew we weren't going to make qualifying, we just let it ride. So we started in the back like we usually do.
Like we usually do.
And worked our way, both of us, up into the top 10. Good job.
Yeah, baby. No, we were both ecstatic about that finish because, of course, that race, you know, like you said, Tommy, we started up in the back of a 30-car field.
And that was a race. These skid plate drivers are getting so good at what they do out here. We had to crawl and pass cars and set people up and everything else.
But it goes to show again that no matter, even if we're back to our old course, it's been a while since we've been on this kind of course, that still you're gonna have the wacky drivers out there, and that's what holds up other people for position. So I kind of felt similar to how we did even on the road course, where it's still crazy out there. You're still avoiding a lot.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And my biggest competitor in that entire race was Cummings in the 02. Him and I were swapping spots, having a great time. We were racing hard, and I was trying to teach him something that I saw him messing up on a little bit. Maybe his car's a little bit better than mine, I don't know. But my car, as you saw, I was glued to that line. In fact, I would put my front tires on the flat and my back skid plates on the bank, and it helped me every single corner, every lap. And when I was in front of him, I was like, okay, well, he's gonna learn from this and get me again. Well, no, we got tangled up by some other cars, and he got me, and I was racing hard to try to catch up, and the better car prevailed. But a great top
I'll see your
five.
footage tomorrow, Henry.
Yeah!
Keep me updated.
Henry and Rob in the house. Thanks for coming out. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. Who's your biggest competitor, and what were you doing out there?
My biggest competitor was my suspension. We talked a little bit about how I have a bit of a toe in, which means my front tires are facing like this, just a little bit. I mean, we're talking an inch, maybe an inch and a half.
Yeah.
But that makes a difference. Now, I could have easily fixed it yesterday. I could have fixed it today. But I'm like, Tommy, whatever. Let's just take it easy. Let's just go on the skid play race, see what happens. For as much as I was driving it during pace laps, it felt fine. And I'm like, okay, this thing's good to go. It's going straight when I point it straight. Everything's fine. However, when I was going through the turns, I could actually feel it catch. And what it's doing is right when the tire's facing where it's turning, it's actually catching it. So like gravity starts pulling the steering wheel away.
Was there anything wrong with the steering wheel, actual steering wheel?
No.
Okay, because what happened was, Matt, if you want to look at me, your plastic, I don't know how long it's been like that, but the plastic when I was driving over here kept getting stuck on the steering wheel, and I just ripped it off.
Oh, that's what I was sitting on my seat.
Yeah, exactly. And so I had to rip it off because it was literally every time I would just drive it and make it turn right here, it would get stuck and the plastic would
I think what I was feeling was in the driving.
That makes sense with the toe in and everything.
Yeah, and so that was my biggest competitor. Obviously, I was working through, watching you drive through the pack. I was like, dude, Tom is climbing. And I called it. I called it on like lap 5, maybe even before that, that you were going to, no, I think it was lap 7, that you were going to be in the top 5 by the end of this race. And you kept it going up.
I was surprised myself because I would glance, I was so busy paying attention to the cars in front of me, trying to close in on them, that I never once took a chance to look up at the scoreboard until towards the end of the race. And once I realized that I was like an 8th, I was like, well, hey, I'm in the top 10. And then I realized the cars in front of me were the ones I was racing for position. And we just clicked them off, and eventually I was in the top 5. And once that white flag came out, I was realizing that 02 was getting he's actually driving better than I was and picking up more time. And I think another part of me too was just on cruise control. I didn't want to give up top 5. I was so happy to be there. At the end, I almost let the 47 go by, held on to that 5th spot, and I had a blast up there. A huge redemption being the fact that car, that 96 car, didn't even make the last skid play race due to ignition trouble.
Yeah, and I'd say my biggest moment of the race was definitely on the front straightaway, coming out of turn number 4. I got together with this guy walking up right here. He and I met pretty hardcore.
Hey, what happened?
Yeah, what happened? When we hit.
I missed it. I didn't see what happened.
Someone spun in front of me and I just kind of
You got stuck, yeah.
had to spin too.
Yeah, and by the time he came in front of me, I was like, there's nowhere I'm going to go.
This is James, by the way.
He races
you got a quarter power?
Coming out of the front straightaway, you can see the damage on my car on the left rear.
I'll go get that.
This was one of the harder hits I've taken in a skid play race in a while. It rung me pretty good. I'm probably going to have a bruise on my leg. I can already feel a bruise on my arm. Maybe even one on like the side of my rib. This was mostly the product of today, and I almost really messed up how we were going to put fuel in this car with this damage. so this I made a little bit worse.
It's okay, that part don't matter.
Car's gonna break.
Anything from here back, we don't care about.
Well, yeah, but Lee's battery, I'm messing up my spot.
Oh, now we gotta redo the paint job.
Yeah. So that was my biggest moment early in this race. It was a fun skid play race, and I'd say these cars are pretty much ready for
my car. We both drove them back here, so we're gonna be ready for the Enduro in 2 weeks. May 16th, Armed Forces Appreciation out here at Irwindale.
And these cars will be those Enduro cars.
They will be racing in that Enduro. Corey's gonna be my shotgun rider. You're gonna have someone.
Someone, yeah, to be determined. It's sounding like it could be someone who was actually joining us tonight. Maybe
And
someone you guys know as Ethan's.
And for the first time ever, Shayla will be participating in her own car in the 2-person Enduro as well.
So we got 3 cars, so we have a car to take out.
Yes. We have fresh meat out there.
Well, that's a wrap. That's the low budgets. And now we have stuff to fix. Antennas.
Good night.